Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I want you to watch this video as crypto heats up. Look what they're saying about the potential of the IPO window opening up too, for crypto companies as well as others. If I can get it to play. Try that again.
Takeaway number 3, this was a story I was watching today. So Swedish buy now, pay later Klarna report out that they're gonna be filing for a US IPO. Got me thinking, what does the Trump administration mean for the IPO market? We keep hearing about this pro-business outlook. Is that gonna come true? So the backdrop, Josh, IPO market has not been great since 2021. This was your big 2021 boom, kind of tailed off, picked up a little bit so far in 2024, but generally the feeling is IPO market is cool. Could it heat up? Sources I spoke with said, probably. What's interesting is it has less to do with the Trump administration's policies and more to do with the stock market. You want a good stock market. So what we're looking at here is Goldman Sachs' IPO barometer. Any number over 100 means that it's a more positive environment for IPOs. What they're pricing in here at 137, what's really driving that, Goldman said, is actually the price of the S&P 500 and the overall valuation. The fact that we are at elevated stock market levels is what's pushing that higher. What isn't, and I know you'll probably find this interesting, Josh, is actually what's bringing it down. They feel like venture capital firms and PE firms right now don't want to do a down round from the high raising. And that was something that in 2021 helped drive this higher. Right now, there still feel like some companies don't quite want to come to market because they might actually lose money depending on when you got into that investment.
Is it, different push and pull here? We've also had some venture investors come on the show who've said, they actually weren't that bulled up on a big flood of tech IPOs. In part, they said because a lot of the tech companies, the tech startups have raised so much money that a lot of them have these war chests where they're kind of just good for the next 12 to 24 months.
Jay Ritter, a professor at the University of Florida who studies IPOs, told me today it's been more of a supply problem, the companies actually wanting to come to market, than it is a demand problem. He said the companies that finance these IPOs are interested. They want to underwrite IPOs. It's the fact that these companies right now don't quite want to get off the sidelines. We'll see if it changes in 2025.
I think you'll see it. You're going to see it change as these crypto prices go up as far as crypto companies go. That is why you need to remember my sponsor link to linqto.com. They've got Ripple private equity, they have AI, they have crypto, they have all sorts of tech companies. Go check them out. I own several in there. You can also download the Link2 app or go to linqto.com. Check it out. This is what they're saying about XRP. It looks like knocking on the door of another leg up is what Crypto Insight UK is showing here on his charts. Then we had this from eGreg Crypto. This is what he says that we could see. 40x from 28 cents is 11.20, and he thinks that's reasonable and plausible and possible. 50x, same thing, that would take us to $14. 58x, similar to the ETH pump-like cycle, which would take us to $16.24. He says that's reasonable. 96x he calls the wild card. If the total market pumped to 10 trillion, that'd be a $27 XRP. In other words, anything below 2 digits is not promising, although I will dollar sell average or remove my initial capital gradually. Then I can ride it to Valhalla, because as a father of 3 kids, I should take care of their needs. I like the sound of all of that. Now, let's go on. Now, I reached out on here to Scottie Pippen because I'm kind of surprised. Usually Patrick Bet David is a bulldog, but he backed away. He didn't really back away from Saylor, but I'm surprised he's not demanding that they answer. Okay, if you met with him, you owe it to the investing public to say tell us more about it. This is crazy. I do not understand this whole. Well, maybe I do. Rumor mill alert, uphold. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse hints the crypto industry has embraced Trump, and Trump has embraced the industry. Could the incoming U.S. administration signal a turning point for crypto and XRP? I think so. Now, check this out. Bakkt, which is the company, Bakkt is the company that was created, crypto trading company that was created by ICE, which is the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange. These guys, it soared 90% yesterday because there was a report that Trump's social media company will buy the crypto trading venue. Here's what's interesting about that, a couple of things. One is this. Here's the assets that are on Bakkt's platform. You'll see here, I don't know why they have it called Ripple here, but all of these are on their platform right now. There's another interesting thing about Bakkt. They have a solution called BakktX, the new standard for institutional crypto trading. The most performant, reliable, and efficient access to the deepest liquidity. Look at this chart. BakktX, clearing, settlement, credit network. Very interesting stuff. Settlement report, collateralized trading agreements, credit network. Here's what else is interesting about Bakkt. Cowboy X, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, says Bakkt Exchange was the topic of discussion for the scrubbed Gary Gensler MIT session number 18 class. Donald Trump's social media group is in talks buying Bakkt. So that famous missing session number 18, Gary Gensler for that episode had the, I can't remember, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. Let's see if it's listed here. This was the session. It was him and his wife. Yeah, Jeff Sprecher. And his wife is the one that had created on his behalf, I guess, created Bakkt, and she was in charge of it. She was like a senator for a while. But I think at least him and her, maybe her also came to that session 18 with Gary Gensler, and that session has been wiped. And then Donald Trump to meet privately with Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. This is one that was going around yesterday that I forgot to cut, or I just hadn't had time to cover. Exciting update for Ripple. Sheila Bair, the respected ex-FDIC chair from 2006 to 2011, has joined the Real USD Advisory Board as of October 15th, 2024. This move could redefine stability in the crypto asset space. This is significant for Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. And then we've got this. Here's BlackRock. This is Robbie Mitchnick, who used to be with Ripple, from BlackRock about Bitcoin.
When you're engaged in that kind of education, what do you say? What is the role?
Yeah, well, we think that there's been a kind of misconception that's frankly been perpetuated by a lot of crypto research and other publications characterizing Bitcoin as a risk-on asset. Bitcoin is very clearly a risky asset, right? It's volatile, it's relatively new and unproven still. For a long time, it's faced regulatory uncertainty, but that's a different concept from being risk-on, which implies that you're supposed to correlate and go up and down with equities. Fundamentally, the risks and return drivers of Bitcoin are very different from what they are of equities and most other so-called risk-on assets. And understanding that distinction is absolutely critical for most institutional investors and for wealth advisors, because it totally changes the role that it can play in a portfolio. If it is uncorrelated, which fundamentally kind of suggests it is, that's where you get this potential for it as a diversifier and even as a potential hedge against some of the macro risks that exist, some of the U.S. fiscal sustainability concerns around the world, fears of inflation, monetary debasement, et cetera.
All right, and then let's see what else we got. Okay, this is former SEC official John Reed Stark's comments on Bob Stebbins. Bob Stebbins, and we're going to get more into Bob Stebbins and all this, but so it gives a great oversight of who he is. Would definitely be an anti-crypto choice for an SEC chair nomination. Crypto industry will push hard against this. Jay Clayton is pushing for Bob Stebbins. Bob Stebbins says, I doubt the crypto industry would ever allow the SEC chair to nominate Bob Stebbins. Bob Stebbins was the SEC general counsel under Jay Clayton from 2017 to 2021 when the SEC's war on crypto began, and during which Bob Stebbins personally signed off, approved, and encouraged 80 or so SEC crypto-related enforcement actions, including the most controversial of all, the SEC case involving Ripple. My take is that the big crypto is extraordinarily powerful and will have a lot of influence in the SEC's chair selection. I can't imagine big crypto allowing Bob Stebbins to get the SEC chair nomination. If Bob is nominated, then big crypto is a big nothing burger. So in DAIXRP.com, we're going to talk more about this, more about XRP. A lot of different things are going on right now, and it is going to tell you what, there's so much to cover. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. I'm getting hungry. I had somebody the other night at one of the XRP, the Rig from the Start XRP Unleashed documentary screenings. They said, hey, you used to, at the end of all your videos, as you were going off, you would say something funny. He said, you need to start doing that again. So I'm going to try to start saying something funny at the very end again. Here we go.